Next up, we chase down midsummer walleyes that have taken up residence in deep water. Spinners behind bottom bouncers, tipped with crawlers, are triggering strikes, and the bite is nonstop. Now let's hit the water.
Here we go.
That sounded like it had some potential.
Yeah, I took the drag, made it a little looser, but could be a netter.
What do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe? That's a great thing about fishing here, is you catch so many fish that, maybe he's decent. Oh yeah, what are you talking
fish,
about? That's a great keeper walleye. Look at that thing. Nice fish.
Nice fish, isn't it?
That's a great way to start a day right there. You know, it's funny, Joe just said to me, you marking anything? And you know, it's funny because as you fish, some of these rocky areas, these fish, they'll just get laying right down in those rocks in between them and you don't see them. So sometimes you just got to fish your way through them, whether you feel like you're seeing a bunch of fish or not, because there's fish in there. We're up on Lake of the Woods today. I'm going to fish with Joe Henry. We're going to catch a bunch of walleyes. We're going to talk about midsummer spinner fishing. Tell you a little bit about Lake of the Woods too, because I'll tell you what, when it comes down to it, this fishery, you've heard me say it before, but this fishery is something else. It's a walleye factory. I mean, when you drive into town, you see that big walleye statue, it's there for a reason. This is the capital. I mean, this is where you go to catch walleyes. Oh, got him.
Got him?
Got him.
Netter?
You know,
Maybe.
feels like a decent fish. We'll know here in a sec. I suppose can't hurt to have it and be ready. Yeah, I think he's going to be a decent fish. Pretty sure anyway, Joe. Oh yeah, good eye.
Nice eye. Atta boy.
Perfect.
Good one, John.
That is a good one. You know, this whole thing, all the different ways, look at that.
Right off the net.
Unhooked right there. All the different ways you can fish here. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take just a minute. I'm gonna show you what we're using today. But I'm gonna tell you, walleyes like that one right there, you can get these fish jigging, you can get these fish pulling spinners like we are today, pulling crankbaits. I mean, you name it, you can catch them doing whatever you want here. We're gonna throw that guy in the live well. We're trying a lot of different depths. A couple things I'll tell you. One is using the right size bottom bouncer is gonna make a big, big difference. The deeper we go, even though we're going the same speed, the heavier we're gonna go on bouncers. Then we're just running a simple little Joe crawler harness. I mean, it's a tough one to beat. It's tied with good heavy duty fluorocarbon line. You're not gonna break fish off and you're gonna be able to snap out of snags when you do come across them, when you're fishing those rocky areas, and there's a whole bunch of different colors. You know, one of the things I'll tell you on Lake of the Woods though, bright colors, flashy colors in your spinners can make a big, big difference. And that fish right there, he's just another example of it. Let me get this rebaited, get back in the water.
You know, another tip I'll give you is when you're pulling bottom bouncers and spinners like we are today, you know, using a little bit heavier bouncer. You know, right now we're using a 2-ounce bouncer. I'll tell you what, a 2-ounce bouncer allows you to fish in shallow water all the way down to a little bit deeper water. Right now we're in 34 feet of water. Maintaining a 45-degree angle and just touching bottom, but holding that bouncer off the bottom. Don't drag it, just touch it and keep it off the bottom. And those walleyes will slide up and get that as you have a fish on.
I don't want to interrupt you.
No, keep going, man, keep going. You need that?
No,
Okay.
I'm okay. We'll just hoist this one.
But again, don't drag that bouncer. Just touch bottom so you know you're down there and just keep it just off the bottom. 45 degrees is a kicker. Nice fish.
He is a nice fish. He's too nice to do what I just did.
But when you're getting as many as we are, who cares?
That's what I was gonna say. When you're catching them as fast as we are. The other thing I'll add to that too is, you know, so often people look at bouncers, bottom bouncers, and what they think is, it means I bounce it on the bottom. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you bounce that thing on the bottom out here in the mud, you're leaving a trail behind you. If you do it up in the rocks, you're going to snag up. One of the things I've always believed in is when I find bottom, I lift that bouncer up. I don't necessarily put any more cranks on it. I just lift that line up a little bit, okay? I'm holding that needle about this high above the bottom. When I come across a rock, it's gonna bounce off of that rock. That's how you wanna fish a bottom bouncer, because you're gonna be clean and you're not gonna bother the fish that are down there. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. That's a good fish.
Good one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's grab that net.
Yeah, it's getting there.
This fish was so aggressive that, man, there was no missing him. You know what I mean?
It's good.
He almost took the rod out of my hand.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's a really nice fish. So I don't think he's going to be in the live well, but well, no, look at that.
That's a good one.
Big fat one. Look at that. Nice walleye. Look at, ooh, I'm sorry, buddy.
That's right,
okay?
no problem, you're fine.
All right, look at that, right in that snout. That is good stuff. You know, one of the things I'll tell you, I've been coming up here for years, and you know, I've stayed at a lot of different resorts over the years, and you know, Joe's run tourism up here for a lot of years, and one of the neatest things about Lake of the Woods is it doesn't matter what you're looking for. You guys got it, don't you?
We know it's nice because if you want self-service, want to check that one out?
No, you keep talking. I'll get this one measured. We'll take care of this guy.
You know, John, if you want self-service, I'll tell you something. You know, you can bring your own boat up. You can stay at a place, make your own meals, whatever the case might be, and it's lickety split, right? You know what? At the same time, if you want that full-service experience where either you go with a guide, you go on a charter boat, how big?
He's perfect.
Is it?
He's perfect. 19 inches.
Nice.
Look at that. Good stuff.
But if you want a full service experience, you can come up here, you can jump on a charter boat. Rods, reel, tackle, bait, licensed charter captain, putting you on fish. That's all included. So easy to step aboard. At the same time, a lot of those full service resorts that have bar and restaurants, they have what's called the American Plan. And the American Plan is where your lodging, your fishing, and all your meals are all included in one simple package. So whichever way you want to go at Lake of the Woods, you know what, it's here for you. And I will say this too, Lake of the Woods still isn't that cosmopolitan area. Our pricing is very reasonable in this area.
Hey, you know one thing I want to point out, because this is a big deal. You look across the Midwest right now. In fact, I'm going to tell you, it's July 4th.
Yep.
Okay, so here's one really cool thing. How much water is there available at Lake of the Woods where you can catch walleyes? It's July 4th. There's nobody fishing right next to me, okay? On most lakes throughout Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, wherever you want to go across the Midwest and the walleye belt, right now there's people fishing on top of each other on this holiday weekend. Not here.
We got it to ourselves.
It's awesome. But number two, I really want to point this out because it's a big deal. July is good fishing. We are at a point where a lot of fisheries are now starting to kind of wind down. May and June are gone, but let me tell you something, May and June are good here, but man, fishing gets even better when you get into July, August. I'll tell you, there's no real downtime. That's one of the things I've always loved about Lake of the Woods, is it is an all summer long fishery. All seasons, the fish are biting, and that's different than a lot of fisheries out there.
Here we go, John got it.
Ooh, that looks like a decent one, huh?
Feeling better.
Good. You know, they're all good.
Yeah.
It just
how big are they, you know?
No, it just doesn't matter when you look at the big scheme of things. There's just so many fish in here and so many year classes. I've always said one of the things about Lake of the Woods is, you know, there's no stocking here. This is all a natural reproduction deal. Nice walleye. It's all natural reproduction. And what's great about that is, you know, that year in and year out, this thing's just replenishing itself.
Fish, huh?
And I mean, that's just another.
Is that a beautiful
fish.
eater? Isn't that a beautiful fish?
He's gonna taste great tonight.
Look at the colors on that fish.
Look at that. It's a good looking fish. Hey, I'll tell you what, I got one on here too. Oh, he got off, and that's okay, because here's what I was gonna tell you. we're gonna pack it in. No, there he is. He's still here.
There? You gonna catch that one?
Yeah.
Got him?
Got him.
Nice.
You know what?
Smaller one?
Smaller one, I think. We're gonna pack it in.
Yeah,
It's been just a great day.
It's hard to pack it in when you're looking at that screen, isn't it?
I know it. Well, maybe we'll keep fishing. We're just gonna pack in the show. But hey, let me tell you something. If you want to come up here to Lake of the Woods, I'm just gonna hoist this one. It's a really simple deal to find everything you need to know about it. Go to lakeofthewoodsmn.com. Joe's got everything there that you need to know about your trip up to Lake of the Woods. And let me tell you something, it's not complicated. These guys up here, these resorts, Joe and his team, they make it so easy to come up here. And for years, you've heard me say it. This is one of my favorite fisheries in the world because when it comes down to it, you can do what you've seen us do. I mean, it's just one after another, and it doesn't matter where you're fishing. You just catch them. It's that much fun. So make sure to check it out, lakeofthewoodsmn.com, and make sure to tune back in next week. We're going to have another great episode of Jon Thelen's Destination Fish. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.